Hi, Miss Dennis's first graders. I'm Duncan's mom, and I'm going to read you 2 stories today. The first story we're going to read is Duncan the Dragon. And the second story we're going to read is It's Only Stanley. Duncan the Story Dragon by Amanda Driscoll. Duncan the Dragon loved to read. When Duncan read a book, the story came to life. And his imagination caught fire. Unfortunately, so did the book. I just want to finish a book, said Duncan. I need to know what happens. Do the pirates find a treasure? Does the captain save the ship? Do aliens conquer Earth? And I also want to read those 2 wonderful words, like the last sip of a chocolate milkshake. The end. Duncan tried everything to keep his cool. Really, truly, everything. He's reading in the refrigerator. He's got fans blowing on him. He's even in a bathtub with ice cubes. I have an idea, said Duncan. I will find a friend to read to me. So Duncan searched a nearby neighborhood. Hello, friend, he said to the raccoon. Would you please read to me? Whoomp! The raccoon jumped in a garbage can. Duncan explored an evergreen forest. Hello, friend, he said to a possum. Could you please read me this book? Plonk. The possum is playing dead. Duncan traveled to a faraway farm. Hello, friend, he said to the bull. Will you please read me this book? Yow! Oh dear, the bull chased him up a tree. After searching the entire countryside, Duncan trudged back to his cottage. Duncan, stop. As he hugged his book, a fat tear trickled down Duncan's cheek. It landed with a plop. It dribble-drabbled across the floor, then ran split-splat into a mouse. Sad ending? Asked the mouse. I'll never know, said Duncan. As Duncan explained his problem, he noticed a twinkle in the mouse's eye. Do you like books? Duncan asked. I love books, said the mouse. Will you please read me this book? Certainly, said the mouse. So the mouse read to Duncan carefully. Together, they battled sea monsters and discovered new lands. They took breaks for roasted hot dogs and toasted marshmallows. Finally, the friends sailed home. Then the mouse read those 2 wonderful words like the last sip of a chocolate milkshake. The end. But actually, it was only the beginning. Because now they're book buddies and they're going to read lots of books together. Do you like that book, Duncan? Mm-hmm. Nice. All right, our last book is called It's Only Stanley by John Agee. And this is Mochi. Duncan. Stop this. The Wimbletons were sleeping. It was very, very late when Wilma heard a spooky sound that made her sit up straight. That's very odd, said Walter. I don't recognize the tune. Ow! It's only Stanley, Walter said. He's howling at the moon. The Wimbletons were sleeping. It was later than before when Wendy heard a clanking sound below her bedroom floor. That's very odd, said Walter. Then they heard another clank. Clank, clank, clank. It's only Stanley, Walter said. He fixed the oil tank. The Wimbletons were sleeping. It was even later still when Willie smelled a funky smell that made him kind of ill. That's very odd, said Walter, when it's almost 2:30. Blub, blub, blub. Slurp, slurp, slurp. It's only Stanley, Walter said. He's making catfish stew. The Wimbletons were sleeping. It was late as it could get when Wanda heard a buzzing noise that made her all upset. That's very odd, said Walter, when it's almost 3:30. Bzz, 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 bzz. It's only Stanley, Walter said. He fixed our old TV. The Wimbletons were sleeping. It was late beyond belief when Wiley heard a splashy sound that made him say, good grief. That's very odd, said Walter, when we've had so little rain. Splish, splash, sploosh. It's only Stanley, Walter said. He cleared the bathtub drain. Now Wilma wasn't happy, and the children threw a fit. We'll never get to sleep tonight if Stanley doesn't quit. I understand, said Walter, and I'll talk to him right now. But just as Walter turned to go, there was a big kapow! The Wimbletons went flying, including Max the cat. Wendy looked around and said, well, what on earth was that? I'll go and look, said Walter, and I'll be back very soon. It's only Stanley, Walter said. We're going to the... Uh-oh. And there it's going all the way. Bonk. Where did it land, Duncan? The moon.
So the doggy can eat you.
Uh-oh. Stanley has a moon girlfriend. And there you go, first graders. I hope you enjoyed reading stories with us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.